Home to 20 million specimens and thousands of living animals, it's a 21st century Noah's Ark made of glass. It's an architectural marvel like no other on the planet. But the stakes are high. It sits in one of the most fearsome earthquake zones in the world. Just one of the many challenges to building the largest green museum in the world.
In the first two games of the World Series, the San Francisco Giants have run into some tremendous pitching.
San Francisco, 1989. October 17th, 5 p.m.
And tonight, the Giants home to host the A's in Game 3.
Bay Area fans eagerly await Game 3 of the World Series. But the opening pitch never comes. It's one of the most lethal quakes to hit California. 6.9 on the Richter scale. More than 60 people lose their lives. Bridges and buildings throughout the city suffer extensive damage. San Francisco lies right next to a major fault line. Earthquakes of various magnitudes happen all the time. Among the damaged buildings is the California Academy of Sciences in Golden Gate Park. The institution has lived in the heart of San Francisco for more than a century. Its Natural History Museum, Planetarium, and Steinhardt Aquarium have been in the consciousness of every San Franciscan for generations. But 100 years of seismic activity finally take their toll. The 1989 quake seals the deal. The much-loved museum must be torn down. In its place, the Academy has the opportunity to create something never seen before. To design a building so radical, it's unprecedented. A living, breathing museum with an undulating roof that will achieve new heights in green technology and will surpass every earthquake code in the book. Its creation will require a diverse team of architects, engineers, builders, and scientists, separated by thousands of miles, to work together, hand in hand. Collectively, they must find a way to build the impossible. A megastructure made of glass, sitting in a seismic strike zone. The San Andreas Fault cuts through Western California like a knife, straight past the heart of San Francisco. The city suffers tremors all the time. Scientists suggest the next big one in California is now due. To rebuild the California Academy is a massive undertaking. The institution is determined that any new building must not only withstand an earthquake, but must be in keeping with its mission. To explore, explain, and protect the natural world. And while construction's underway, 6,000 animals and millions of specimens must somehow find a new home. The new structure needs to have great visual impact, but its impact on the environment must be little or none at all. The Academy requires a building with the highest level of sustainability possible. Several teams of architects arrive in Golden Gate Park to offer detailed presentations for a new design. They come equipped with elaborate drawings, brochures, and PowerPoint images. But one man arrives with nothing more than his sketch pad. He is world-renowned architect Renzo Piano, co-designer of the Pompidou Center in Paris. His first step as an architect is to walk around the site, to understand the topography of the land. Piano has an amazing piece of real estate for his canvas, Golden Gate Park. It is immediately clear to him that the potential for designing a science museum in the middle of the park is immense. So much so that his very first thought is to make the roof like cutting a piece of park and lifting it up. As he visits the park, Piano is quick to formulate his ideas. To the untrained eyes of many at the Academy, the full extent of what Piano's proposing isn't readily apparent. The design seems simple and elegant, but gradually, the full complexity becomes clear. Hidden in the simple sketch is a design for one of the largest, most innovative public structures in the world. The museum will house a spherical hollow aquarium, providing a view inside and out. A giant tank will be home to the deepest coral reef display ever built. Floating above the structure will be an undulating living roof the size of 2 football fields. It's a project of monumental proportions, but its footprint on the environment will be minimized. For Renzo Piano, inspiration comes from the fragility of planet Earth and the need to protect our natural resources. For him, making buildings that are behaving better is not about morality, it's about necessity. Piano's revolutionary design is especially challenging because it's green. It demands almost no air conditioning, despite the building's immense size. Instead, his plan requires openings in the facade and the roof to allow natural airflow to ventilate the building. Everything from the concrete in the ground to the steel on the roof to the insulation in the walls must be recycled material. On the roof, Piano imagines rolling hills planted with native flowers. The living roof is not only a fundamental piece of the building's construction, it also features as an exhibit. But it's more than just a beautiful display of plants. The living roof will save about 13.6 million liters of water that would otherwise go into the sewage system or into the bay and into the ocean. Normally, water draining from urban rooftops and streets carries a multitude of pollutants directly into the surrounding bay. But the living roof will help filter and retain this water. The roof should also provide valuable insulation, keeping the museum warm in the winter and cool in the summer. What energy is needed must be provided in part by 60,000 solar panels surrounding the living roof. Viewed from below, the roof seems to float on air. Piano's specs call for maximum daylight to illuminate the interior. It will require highly specialized glass with low iron content to increase the clarity. Critical to Piano's design is the sense of continuity between the outside and the inside. The structure is largely transparent, enabling visitors to see the park from almost anywhere inside the museum. Italian architect Renzo Piano has a vision for the new California Academy of Sciences. While he works on the design from home, local architect Kong Qian must turn Piano's dreams into reality. It's a daunting task. Many wonder, is it even possible?
I realized that I'm gonna need a lot of help. Yes, it's gonna be challenging, it's gonna be fun, but it's gonna be challenging. We want the roof to be...
As plans develop, Kian's team quickly realizes Piano's design is going to have to change. The first casualty is the spherical aquarium.
So when you're inside, you actually look 360 around you and you're surrounded by the tank. I think that would have been phenomenal.
Has that been done before?
No, it has not been done before, and we struggle with getting that to work.
The glass globe is now going to be a rainforest instead. And there's another major change. Renzo Piano originally wanted the piazza roof to sweep all the way down to the ground.
With the roof coming down to the piazza, we have several challenges. What happens with rainwater coming into the piazza?
If it doesn't rain, we're gonna have another aquarium in the middle.
We'll have a pond in the middle of the piazza. This corner here.
Changes have to be made. And Kian predicts more problems will arise once construction begins.
We made a template.
And you also have to have the rainforest and the planetarium be completed before the roof goes on, because you can't get to it in the future.
After many months, the design for the new California Academy of Sciences is finally finished.